reality हमेशा थोड़ी देर से ही हिट करती है यार. I know in the last episode I ended on this high dramatic note like I am my own hero. But can we talk about the next morning? Because let's be honest, it's incredibly easy to feel like a cinematic hero when you're recording a podcast. But in reality, the shutter of your business are down for good. The daily hustle, the constant phone calls, the cash flow, it all just stops. Instead of heading out to run the business, you are now staring at a completely blank calendar, carrying the heavy weight of your family responsibilities and wondering what your financial future would look like. Welcome back to the Human Compass with Karan. Previously, we looked at the raw map of my early journey, the terrain that shaped how I saw the world. But a map is useless if you don't know which way you're walking. Today, we are closing the book on the first chapter of my life by looking at the exact pivot point that changed my direction forever. If you haven't heard the episode 1 yet, please go and listen to it. It will give you the full picture. But if you're ready to see how the dust finally settled, let's dive right in. So, when I turned the microphone off after recording those last words, the silence in this empty office felt different. It didn't feel like a dead end anymore. It felt like a clean slate. But here's the thing about realizing you have to be your own hero. It doesn't instantly hand you a new job or fix the years of self doubt you carried out of that hostel. It means you finally stopped running. And to make sense of exactly where I was standing when I finally stopped, we have to time travel back to 2012, the moment I stepped out of that hostel gate. उस वक्त my mind was set. I didn't want a corporate job. I wanted to jump straight into business. See, when I was in 8th standard, I saw a yellow Audi R8 driving down the road. Damn, that car was a beauty. Right then, a switch flipped in my mind. ऐसी कार ही लेनी है और अपने खुद के पैसों से लेनी है. So I decided to be a businessman just like my dad. But when I told him, he flatly refused, saying, यार करण डिग्री ज़रूरी है वरना मार्केट में अनपढ़ कहलाओगे. Yeah, so I went to college. And looking back today, man, thank God I did. Because, guys, the absolute best moments of my entire life happened on that campus. After years of being isolated, bullied, and beaten down in the hostel, college was where I finally breathed. I met genuine good soul people. I found amazing faculty members who didn't judge me by my looks or my past, but actually taught me what enjoyment means. For the first time, I tasted an independent life. I was making my own decisions, and most of all, those people boosted my fallen self esteem back from the dead. Guys, तुम लोगों को केके का वो गाना याद है? यारो दोस्ती बड़ी ही हसीन है. That wasn't just a song for me, it was my reality. I was happy, I was confident, I was finally the main character of my story. But within the blink of an eye, college was done and dusted. The happy bubble burst. I put on my formal clothes, walked out of that beautiful campus, and officially joined the retail store with my dad. And right there, guys, reality ने ऐसा चांटा मारा. आय हाय पूछो मत यार. I walked into the store holding a fresh marketing degree, thinking I was ready to conquer the world. But what? Within 2 days, I realized my degree was a complete useless. It felt like I was standing in middle of an akhada, wearing a corporate suit, man, completely pointless. Unlike those movies where the dynamic son returns and he enters the family business, signs a few papers, and magically turns a local store into 100 crore empire, भाई ये रियलिटी है. रियल लाइफ में ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. This was a completely different ball game. Suddenly, I wasn't dealing with the textbook case studies anymore. I was dealing with real raw market rules. I was dealing with every possible type of demanding client you can imagine. And to top it all off, I was this young guy fresh out of college, suddenly responsible for managing a massive team of 70 staff members. who had been working there for years. Man, I had no authority, no experience, and 70 pairs of eyes watching my every single move, waiting to see if that owner ka beta was going to step up or completely crash and burn. Dude, I barely survived. Honestly, it was a brutal, exhausting task. Imagine 70 different staff members, everyone coming at you with a different ideology, a different mindset, and years of street experience. Oh my god, it was such a tough game. But guys, वो कहते हैं ना, to forge a diamond, you have to stay in the fire. You have to burn to shine. And man, I didn't burn. Dude, I got barbecued. But it took me many, many years of grinding to finally find my footing. My dad belonged to that old school generation where the philosophy was simple. मैं इसको कुछ नहीं सिखाऊंगा, खुद आओ, ग्राउंड पर खड़े रहो और ठोकर खा के सीखो. So there was no training manual. It was entirely on my shoulders to learn the ropes. I started from the absolute bottom, from learning how to perfectly fold a sari on the floor all the way up to pitching to high profile demanding clients. I forced myself to learn how to read people, how to diffuse arguments, and how to de escalate chaos. But like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. So that store just didn't give me my gray hairs and business lessons. It actually gave me a cute pookie moment as well. Right there in the middle of that crazy showroom chaos, a girl walked in to buy wedding outfits for her sister's marriage. यार कौन है वो? Was she meant for me? Why did I feel as though I was in this astral phase where my soul was flying independent of my body? But that beautiful chapter, we will save that story for a completely different episode. So, coming back to the grind, year after year, I kept my head down and just absorbed everything. And slowly the tide turned. I was so incredibly happy because at one point it finally clicked. I felt it, man. Yes, I can handle this pressure cooker. I've got this business under control. I had finally earned my place. But right when I felt like I had won the battle, bam! Out of nowhere, Dad announced that we are calling it quits. Just like that. 11 years of life gone in a single decision. Which brings us right back to where we started, man. To this tiny, quiet office, to me sitting here wondering what to do next. But as I sit in silence, I realize something. The store might be closed, the shutters might be down, but the boy who survived the hostel landline, he is still here. The man who managed 70 staff members, folded saris on the floor, and learned to read human nature like a book, guys, he's still here. My dad's business might have not have turned into 100 crore empire, but it forged me. It taught me that a true compass isn't something you buy. It's something you build when you're burning in the fire. Because it is exactly in that fire that you discover who you really are. So, from our next conversation onward, this show isn't just going to be about my direction anymore. It's going to be about yours. We are going to navigate life, business, mindsets, and transitions together. Also, the very reason I'm doing this podcast is to heal, share, and guide. I want to create a safe space where we can voice our childhood traumas, the private tribulations, and show you how the world looks like from my perspective, and ultimately help navigate you towards a better side of the world. My name is Karan. The first chapter of my life is officially closed, and the human compass is finally ready to roll.